We have a good video for you folks today. We're going to get into the latest Detroit Lions injuries, who's trending up, who's trending down. Good news on that front. NFL Power Rankings, where are the Detroit Lions according to Legacy Media? We're going to go through it, give you my thoughts. Dan Campbell speaks at a press conference yesterday. One major takeaway, I love what he said. And the Detroit Lions remaining schedule, where and when can the Lions secure the NFC North? Let's get this thing started. Folks, we're very close to getting to 50,000 subscribers. We're at 49,866. I'd love to get to 50,000 before Sunday. So if you're watching this, not subscribed, subscribe so you don't miss out on the latest Lions news and rumors. It's a big deal to get to 50K. Let's do quick NFC North news. Packers are rising, as we all know. We've seen them win last 3 straight games. They may make the playoffs, and I hope the Lions face them as a wild card. I want revenge after Ford Field on Thanksgiving. Matt Eberflus could be fired by the end of the year. Water is wet. Not much news there. Vikings actually favored by 3 points against the Raiders. I think the Raiders will actually win that game. They're playing much better, and it's at Vegas. Something to watch for. Let's get into some injury news here. Alim McNeill, we seen during the game, he got banged up. He may not play on Sunday. With that said, it doesn't look to be a long-term injury. That's great news because if you look at the defensive interior for the Lions, we are lacking there. Benito Jones, number 2. Quinton Bohanna, number 3. Levi Onwuzurike, Isaiah Buggs, and Broderick Martin has been inactive for multiple weeks now. Lions got problem at the interior, so we do need to get our man back, but let him rest for sure. When it comes to Frank Ragnow, it looks like he avoided a big injury. Great news, but he may not play on Sunday. It sounds like that's the case. And Alex Anzalone will be back potentially versus the Bears, if not for sure versus the Denver Broncos. That's definitely for sure right now. Where do you have the Detroit Lions ranking in the power rankings? 1, if you think they're the best team in the NFL. 32, if you think they are absolutely not, and you are a Lions hater. Let me know in the comments below. Dan Campbell spoke to the media yesterday, and there's one takeaway I love here, and he talked about how we got to get better. We've got to clean up our own issues, but I believe we will and we can, the third-year Lions head man said. So we may tinker a couple of things this week, but we'll see down the road. It's good win by the guys, but it's not good enough. It's not good enough, and our guys know that. There's more out there, and we want more, and they'll be ready to go this week, man. Chicago, we know what they are, and they're coming off the bye. This will be a big week for us. Man, oh man. It is refreshing to hear Dan Campbell say we won, but we need to get better. A lot of fans are fighting this week. You got fans that are saying you were 9-3, stop crying, get over it, we won. Then you got fans that are saying, look, we have won, but there has been issues with this team. The fear is you don't want to go into the playoffs just beating 500 teams, because if you face like a Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles, San Francisco 49ers, they could wipe the floor with you. I'm more kind of in that second range. I love what the Lions do, and I'm super happy. We're 9-3, by the way. Great season. I'm enjoying it. But just like Dan Campbell, I know this team can be better, and I am so happy that he said this, because you believe when he said it, and he was looking directly. He was very stern about it, and that's what a good team does. When I was in the Army, you do a lot of training all day, every day, doing the same type of thing every single day. And then after you do these training events, after every single one, you do an after-action review. You go over the good, bad, and the ugly. No matter how bad it was or how good it was, you can always look at things to improve on. That's how you become efficient and a pro at what your craft is. Dan Campbell here, he knows this team can be better, and we know this offense can play better, and we know this defense has been lacking, and it should be able to perform better. I agree with Dan. I think they can get more to earlier this year, at least from an offensive side, and if they just clean up some issues on defense, all they got to do is be okay defense, and the Lions can do well in the playoffs, because this offense we've seen can be elite. We need to get back to that. And this defense, they just need to be okay. And we can really start getting back to the Lions football that we know we can be. We know we can be that type of football team. And I don't want to argue. It gets old arguing about the same things or kicking a dead horse. We know, a lot of the fans that know what the deficiencies of this football team is. We know what needs to improve. With that said, we want to see it. We want to have a complete game, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, winning is what you want to see. And if the Lions win on Sunday, even if we squeak out a close one, a win is a win is a win. And we just need to get 10 wins, right? For sure. Just like we need to get to 50,000 subscribers. Again, we're at 49,866. If you're watching this, not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let's get this bad boy to 50K. I will do a celebration stream when we get to 50,000 subscribers. So I think that's extremely important for the channel and to celebrate with you guys. Do you enjoy overpaying for sports? Well, if you do, this is not for you. But if you like to save money, you need to get Game Time. With killer deals, last-minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed, you can stop stressing and start getting hyped for the fun that you'll have. It is easy to find and buy tickets for every kind of event in your area, whether that's sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, or whatever. With their lowest prices guaranteed, it is the Game Time guaranteed, which means you'll always get the best price. And if you find tickets in the same section or less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. You can get exclusive flash deals on tickets for football, baseball, basketball, concerts, and more. And then in the middle screenshot, by the way, I think it's a fantastic feature of the app. It shows you where your seat is. And if you move your phone left or right, you can see the surrounding area kind of like a 3D live photo. So download Game Time today. Plug in Lions Chat to get $20 off your very first purchase. You go to the redeem code section, plug in Lions Chat, create an account. It's that easy. Terms do apply. Create an account. Plug in Lions Chat for $20 off. The link is going to be in the comment section and description of this video. And if you are buying Lions tickets here, make sure you're using Game Time. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets and lowest prices guaranteed. We're going to talk a little bit, just want to keep you updated where the Lions draft picks are at. We're not going to get into it really long, but I just want to update you while we do kind of keep an eye on the offseason. It doesn't matter if the Lions are good or bad, which we do here. But the Lions are sitting at the 28th pick in round 1, the 60th pick in round 2, 2 picks, 80 and 91 in round 3, round 5, 164, 205 at round 6, and round 7 at 247. Obviously, it's going to change when the draft hits. But I just want to keep you updated really quick, and I suspect the Lions are going to draft a lot of defensive talent in this draft, as well as get some offensive linemen for there. Let's get into the Lions power rankings right now. Here we go, folks. All Lions got the Detroit Lions, the third best team in the NFL. I disagree. I think that the 49ers are better. I think the Dallas Cowboys are better. I think that even the Philadelphia Eagles are better, even though they got demolished by the 49ers. I think there's some AFC teams that are a little bit better there, but they have the third best team. Bleacher Report went from 8 to 7. I think that's logical. Same here with the Athletic, logical 7 to 6. Sporting News 8 to 8. I don't even have an argument with that. Pro Football Network 7 to 7. 7 to 6 from ESPN. 5th to 6 from Yahoo, and 7 to 7 from USA Today. Again, I don't have an argument with this. I think around 7 or 8, 6, 7, or 8 is kind of where they should be at. That's where I have the Detroit Lions. They're not elite, but they're a really good team, right? They're a really good team. They're just below that status there. And look, they can get to that top status, right, if they just play on all cylinders, but they got to perform that on the field for me to want to put them up in there. So I like the rankings here. I think you're starting to see a trend now, and it's kind of pinpointing, getting closer exactly where the Lions at. 7, 8. That's kind of where I have them as well. So the trend is starting to come in the right direction there. And then you have the outlier of the All Lions going from 5th to 3rd here. So where do you have the Detroit Lions in the NFL power rankings? 1, if you think they're the best team in the National Football League. 32 if you are a troll. Let me know in the comments below. Lions remaining schedule here. Big games, obviously, here. But if the Lions can win on Sunday versus the Bears, legitimately, that Broncos Saturday night game could be clinching for the NFC North. If the Vikings lose on Sunday, if the Packers lose on Sunday, or if both of them lose on Sunday, or if, well, then it would be clinching on Saturday if the previous time. But if those teams lose and the Lions win for the Chicago Bears, and then they win on Saturday night, the Lions can clinch the NFC North on primetime football on Saturday night. That would be epic, by the way. That would be so good, right? You're in primetime. The whole world's watching. You clinch it at home versus the Denver Broncos. That would be sweet to see the Gatorade bath and everybody celebrate. If not, if, say, the Vikings or Packers win this weekend but lose next weekend, maybe you clinch right after the game when the game is over for the Vikings and or Packers. So you can still clinch on not this week but next week. You very well could clinch. If the Lions win versus the Bears and the Broncos, no matter what, they can clinch the playoffs at Vikings if they win. All they got to do is to get to 11 wins. The Lions will then clinch a playoff spot. They will do that. They just got to get to 11 wins. The most that the Packers can get to is 11, and the most that the Vikings can get to is 11. And obviously, that's if both those teams win out. So if you were to win versus the Bears, win versus the Broncos, and then you defeat the Vikings can't get to 11 wins. Obviously, they can only get to 10 if they were to win out. Lions are at 11, and the Lions are split with the Packers. Lions would win the NFC North then. Then you got to face the Dallas Cowboys. So that game there in Dallas, it may not mean a whole lot except for seeding. And that could be, a lot for the Lions. That's going to be a difficult game. I think Dallas is a really good team. I know a lot of people don't like them because of the media love for the Dallas over the years, and I'm with you on there. I don't think a lot of us are big fans of the Dallas Cowboys, but they're a good team. Very good defensively and offensively, they're good. And then obviously you got the home versus the Vikings. If that last game means absolutely nothing, say the Lions can't get past a certain seed, the Lions already locked everything up and they're going to rest players, maybe we see Hendon Hooker. Maybe you see Hendon Hooker in that game, because I would prefer to see Hendon Hooker than Teddy Bridgewater for the playoffs, because I want to make sure that Teddy Bridgewater don't get hurt, right? So maybe you see Hendon Hooker in that game, and that could be something for Lions fans to monitor and give us something to look forward to. Some of these backup players, for sure. Folks, we're dropping videos here every single day. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest Lions news and rumors. With that said, folks, adios.